Welcome back to the Florida League Update. I'm your host, Ryan Gonzalez. As the season winds down and the players get more into their grooves, we are seeing some of the best baseball in Florida League history. We have a big show for you today as we will get into details about the 2020 playoffs, have a guest on for the first time, and have highlights from every game yesterday where we saw a few potential playoff previews take place. But first, we will go back to Monday night when the first place LEESBURG Lightning hosted the second place Orlando Scorpions in a pretty big game. Here's Ryan Murphy on the call.
First place on the line in Leesburg, the Orlando Scorpions and the Leesburg Lightning. Top of the third inning, Dylan Kelly shuts down the Scorpion offense, 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Now to the bottom of the third. We're scoreless, not anymore. Colin Teagarden singles off the first base bag, beats it out to the bag. Lightning lead it 1-0. The next batter, Alejandro Figueiredo, with a single that drops into left center field. Brings in another run, the Lightning lead it 2-0 in inning number 3. It's now 5-0 Lightning in the 6th, and Jalen DeBose puts the bow on the win. He nearly hits one out of Pat Thomas Stadium off the top of the wall for a 2-run double. 7-0 Lightning in the bottom of the 6th inning. Then Judard finishes it off, gets a strikeout to end the ball game as the Leesburg Lightning remain in first place as they shut out the Scorpions 7-0.
The big win by the Lightning couldn't be celebrated for too long as they hosted the third-place SANFORD River Rats last night.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Rats up 3-1. Daniel Cruz able to cut into the Sanford lead. A no-doubter way over the wall in left field. He makes sure everybody knows it as he stomps on home plate. It's 3-2 Sanford. The Rats would re-extend their lead. Josh Crouch with a bloop single that drops into center field. Brings in a run for Sanford. It's 4-2 Rats. Then the biggest hit of the night. The lead is 5-2. Tom Jostin goes way up out of the ballpark. A 3-run homer, and the Rat lead is 8-2. Leesburg would try to make it interesting. Bottom of the 8th inning, still 8-2. Clay Stearns almost takes out the umpire as he singles into left center field. 2 runs come on in to score. It's an 8-4 ball game. Now 8-5, but Kyle Kramer able to help shut it down. He gets a strikeout in the 9th. Lightning would add 1, but get no closer. The Rats knock off the first place Lightning 8-6.
Now joined by Leesburg broadcaster Zach Smolin. Welcome to the Florida League Update, Zach.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going? Really happy to be here. It's been such a fun 3.5 weeks so far. So fun. I'm happy to be able to get on the show.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it's truly going. Now, Zach, you know more about the Lightning than anybody probably besides head coach Rich Billings. What has made them first place team up to this point?
Well, Ryan, don't tell our statistician Jack Meyer that you said that because he'll get pretty upset. It's probably Jack and then Rich, and then there's a bunch of space, and then there's me. But I don't know. This team it's really, really good. You talk about them being a first place team and what's got them there. I think it all starts with just the roster assembly by Coach Billings. I mean, he not only goes out of his way to find guys that obviously have very good talent, but also just very high character individuals. The way that this team works together as a unit, they joke around with each other. They work out together. I mean, 3-4 hours before games, I'll be at the stadium sometimes, but I'll see Tommy Seidel, Alejandro Figueiredo, Luke Harper, Gabriel Rincones, those are the 4 that are always there. There are a couple that show up sporadically here and there, but they're always out there hitting in the cage. They throw together, they work out together. I mean, I've heard that Tommy, no matter what time the games are, he's at the gym at 5:30 in the morning. So this team just works hard, and they're first and foremost, they just want to win, all of them together. They don't treat this as just a regular old summer league. They come up, they're looking to improve, and they're looking to win ball games because they know that's the best way for them to get better.
Very interesting, man. Working out at 5 a.m. and then going to play games at 7 p.m. some days. That's crazy. Now, were you surprised a little bit by what they did to the Scorpions on Monday? As we all know, the Scorpions were named the #1 summer ball team in America by Baseball America. And then the Lightning kind of punched them in the mouth on Monday night. So was that a little surprising for you to see them beat the Scorpions and shut them out?
I'm honestly, and this is not a Lightning bias, but I was not surprised to see them win the game. A little surprised with the shutout, but just leading into the game, again, we're talking about this team is full of hard workers. So they're not going to let anybody outwork them or outprepare them to get into a game. They may lose a few games here or there. I mean, they do have the 4 losses on the record, and we're probably going to talk about the Rats game that happened on Tuesday at some point. But yeah, this is a team that was very prepared for this matchup. I know Gabriel Rincones. He has Flow Sports, and he looks back and watches all the games and looks for pitch sequencing, and he shares that information with his players. So they were all ready to go into that matchup with Casala. Although he only had the 1 game, but the players will scout their opponents ahead of time, because not only just to win, but so that they get better and have that practice heading into college and any sort of professional league. And, I think Leesburg was, they felt not necessarily slighted, but this is a group, again, that because of their work ethic and how much they care about the league, they didn't like that Orlando might have been getting all that attention. I know that, some of us in the booth didn't necessarily like that because they weren't in first place and the Lightning were. So I think that was a big statement for them. Like, they wanted to show that, hey, this team has a lot of talented players. We respect them, but at the same time, there's a reason that we're at the top. So given the way their offense had been clicking, and I mean, if you saw Dylan Kelly slurve that entire game, it should have been no surprise. So I'm not surprised, but the Scorpions are a really good team, and I expect them on August 3rd in that matchup to be it for the end of the season.
Yeah, and one thing about the Lightning I've noticed is they definitely seem to have a lot of heart. You kind of brought this up already, but, they played the River Rats last night, the night after hosting the Scorpions, and the River Rats are in 3rd place, and the Lightning were down 8-2 at one point, but they fought back, ended up losing the game 8-6, but, there's that heart again, and they never seem to die, and that's the type of mentality that can win championships.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And again, that starts from the top. That's Rich Billings right there, 101. He looks for high character guys on the team, and then he steers them in the right direction so that they're prepared for those types of in-game situations. Even though the Storm's record isn't as good as the Lightning, they have a similar type of squad. They just will never go away. They'll never just kind of roll over. They were losing a game 11-0, and they scored 2 runs to not get run ruled, and they ended up playing the full 7. So back to the Lightning yesterday, yeah, they were down 8-2. Before that, it was 3-2. And they were very frustrated. A lot of teams at some point would just kind of mail it in and, they would let it go. But the bullpen stepped up, kept it at 8 runs. They put up a nice 3 spot, took advantage of some mistakes. I know Clay Stearns had another big hit, drove in 2 runs. And they actually came up in the bottom of the 9th with a chance to win. They had runners on the corners with 2 outs and the guy up. And then a line drive right at the right fielder ended it all. But, yeah, they'll be in every single ball game heading into the end. And yeah, that, like you mentioned, Ryan, that's the type of wherewithal that will cause a team to, be able to endure all the pitfalls and trials and tribulations of playoff baseball.
Definitely. Well, Zach, I know we'll be seeing you around, over the last couple weeks of the season, and hopefully quite a bit in August as well with the playoffs. Thank you so much for coming on. And now we'll take it back out to Ryan Murphy, as he has highlights between the Orlando Scorpions and the Seminole County Loggerheads from yesterday morning.
The Orlando Scorpions look to defend their home turf against the Seminole County Loggerheads. The story of the day was Kirby McMullen. Bottom of the 1st inning, the Florida Gator shoots the gap in left center field, drives in the first run of the morning, early on, 1-0 Scorpions. The start to Cam Serrata. He has thrown 10 2/3 scoreless innings this summer. He worked 3 for the Scorps today. He was followed by Jordan Powell. He got the win. He's now 4-0 on the summer. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's 2-0. More out of Kirby. McMullen deep into right center. The bases were loaded. Now they're not. A bases clearing double for McMullen. He would get thrown out trying to make it a triple, but the Scorpions' lead is 5-0. Now 5-2, top 7. David Litchfield gets his 4th save of the summer as the Scorps go 4-6-3. The Orlando Scorpions with a 5-2 win at home against the Seminole County Loggerheads. The LEESBURG Storm and the Winter Park Diamond Dogs meet up in Sanford. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Carson Pillsbury. He would work 5 shutout innings for the Storm, keeping the game scoreless. We're all the way to the top of the 7th, still scoreless. It's Parker Pillsbury who sends one through the infield that was playing in. 2 runs come on in to score, and the Storm break the ice 2-0, top of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning, Dominic Madonna would work a scoreless 6th and a scoreless 7th. He would earn the win for the Storm. Top of the 9th inning, Alex Freeland adds to the Leesburg lead. A double deep into right center field at Sanford Memorial Stadium drives in the 3rd and final run of the day for the Storm as the throw to the plate, not in time. 3-0 Storm in the top of the 9th inning. Bottom of the 9th inning, Trey Weathers closes it down. He earns the save for the Storm as Leesburg jumps over Winter Park in the standings. They beat the Dogs 3-0.
If you haven't subscribed by now, make sure to subscribe to Flow Sports to catch the last couple of weeks of the regular season and the entire postseason. Flow Sports is accessible online in the Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Microsoft Edge browsers. They also have an app that is available to download on Android, iOS, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. Before getting to our last 2 game highlights from yesterday, it's time to recognize the Winter Garden Squeeze. Baseball America ranked them as the 7th best college summer baseball team name in the entire country. As for on the field, they participated in one of the best games played all summer long as they took on the Seminole County Snappers in a potential playoff preview.
A hotly contested one in Sanford between the Squeeze and the Snappers. Parker Messick for the Squeeze was brilliant on the mound. 4 scoreless innings of work, he would strike out 5. His starting counterpart, Dylan Ross, wasn't bad either. He would get 6 strikeouts in 4 one-hit innings of work. Jump ahead to the bottom of the 7th. Squeeze leading 1-0, but the Snappers are going to force an 8th inning. Garrett Evans ties the game as the throw to the plate is offline. We're even at 1. The Snappers are fired up. Top of the 8th inning, Squeeze take the lead back. A ground ball, they get the fielder's choice, but not the turn. Run comes in to score. It's 2-1 Squeeze. Then, tying run at second. Bottom of the 8th inning, Michael Cullen gets the strikeout to end it as the Winter Garden Squeeze are now 9-6 with a 2-1 win. In DeLand, the Suns and the Mavericks in doubt until the final moment of the ball game. Top of the 2nd inning, a great start from Stetson's Chris Gonzalez. He works 4 strong innings. Suns scoreless with the Mavs early on. Bottom of the 3rd inning, DeLand gets on the board. Jovan Gill, another Stetson hatter, singles into right field, drives in a run from second base. The Suns have the early advantage, 1-0. Mavericks come back, tie the game at 1. Now bottom of the 6th, Julio Medina. 3 very good innings out of the bullpen from him. Top of the 7th, Sam Rudd. A deep fly ball into right field, off the wall. Rudd drives in the go-ahead run, and the Mavericks lead it 2-1. But the Suns load the bases in the bottom of the 7th inning. Joe Burke at the plate, a ground ball to short. It could be a double play, but the throw is errant. 2 runs come on in to score, and the DeLand Suns walk it off at home. In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Suns congratulate Joe Burke on what proves to be the winning RBI. The Suns break their losing streak 3-2.
Now let's talk about our league leaders. Joe Burke of the DeLand Suns continues to lead the way with batting average at .476, but J.D. Urso is right behind him at .462. For the home run leaderboard, Gabriel Rincones of the Lightning, Lucas Dunn of the Winter Garden Squeeze, and Jacob Southern are all tied at 3 apiece. For runs batted in, Kirby McMullen leads the way at 17, but Gabriel Rincones is right behind him at 16. Now it's time for the pitching leaders. Tony Rossi continues to have a fantastic season for the Sanford River Rats as he leads the way with 23 strikeouts. Bryce Hubbard is right behind him at 22. As for ERA, Keith Kutzler of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs has a 0.00 ERA in 13 innings pitched. Luke Drummond of the Seminole County Snappers is right behind him at 0.79. Congratulations to the Leesburg Lightning's own Gabriel Rincones on winning the FCSL Player of the Week. The St. Petersburg product reached base in all 5 games last week, hitting .471 with the home run and 5 RBIs. He had 12 total bases on the week. We're bringing back Zach Smolin as he spoke with Gabriel about the honors.
All right, Zach Smolin here with our Florida Collegiate Summer League Player of the Week, Gabriel Rincones. So first and foremost, congratulations and 1 home run, 5 RBIs. You hit it in the upper 470s. What was going right for you last week that maybe wasn't at, I mean, you've been hitting well all season, but what took you over the top in week 3?
It was just not changing. Just trusting in my hitting and saying see the ball, hit the ball, not doing too much, not getting frustrated. And I think getting frustrating when you're getting barrels but it's not going anywhere except the people's gloves. It's easy to stray away from what you do.
This team now has the best offense in the league, and during that week, team averaged 6.6 runs a game. So, like, what's been clicking for this offense? Again, they've been good all season, but you guys, I see y'all working hard in the cage right now, but is it just more guys working out there, or you guys just a different mentality up here?
I think we have fun playing the game, you know, we're out here, and we're not doing extra work. This is fun already as it is, so these group of guys are exceptional hitters, so I think they're just good hitters, and then they hit, and the results are showing for themselves.
Finally, the team as a whole, you guys are in first place, 11-3, headed into the second half of the season. How do you guys keep this momentum going to stay on top?
Just act like if it was 0-0 and not even pay attention to the rankings or the record, because in the end that doesn't matter until the playoffs come around.
All right, sounds good. Well, congratulations again, and keep up the good work, my man.
Thank you.
As for the FCSL Pitcher of the Week, that honor goes to the Orlando Scorpions right-handed pitcher Nick Pogue. The Florida Gator made his debut against the Diamond Dogs on July 17th, striking out 9 batters in 4.2 innings of work with only 2 hits allowed, no runs. Congratulations again to Gabriel Rincones and Nick Pogue on their awards. It's finally time to talk about the playoffs. The playoffs will start on Thursday, August 6th, with our play-in game between the 4th and 5th seeds. The semifinals will start the following day in a couple of best-of-3 series. Those winners will proceed to play each other in a best-of-3 championship series from August 11th through 13th. Now, when you look at the standings, everybody above the red line would be in the playoffs if the season ended today. For the teams above the dotted line, they are guaranteed a spot in the semifinals. For the 2 teams between those lines, they would play each other on August 6th for a spot in the semifinals. And that's it for this edition of the Florida League Update. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified of our videos, and check out the Florida League Friday podcast with Matt McClure and Zach Smolin. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for recaps, photos of the day, and more. Also, follow the team accounts on Instagram and Twitter, as there are daily live updates throughout each of their games. When I see you next week, some playoff spots could be clinched, and we'll only have a few days left of the regular season. Don't forget to wear a mask. Thanks for watching.